Welcome back to the Eclipse Debate Show presented by Bullet Train. I'm Scott Jagow, editor of the Paulick Report, along with Ray Paulick. We're debating the categories and issues of the Eclipse Awards this week, leading up to Saturday's ceremony at Gulfstream Park. Today, we're looking at some of the older divisions, starting with the female turf, which looks to be pretty much of a lock for Day at the Spa.
Yeah, how can you go against her? She ran huge in the Breeders' Cup filling mare turf. She had a good year overall. She's a cinch.
And I think Main Sequence with his 4 Grade 1 wins on the turf, even though Wise Dan will get some sentimental votes because he overcame obstacles, Main Sequence had the better year.
I agree, no debate.
In the older female category, however, this one was much tougher. Close Hatches had such a nice beginning to the season, and it looked like she was going to be a lock, but then she had 2 really bad races at the end. Her Ogden Phipps victory over Beholder and Princess of Silmar was sensational, and I thought that, coupled with her 3 Grade 1 wins, put her over the top.
But it's a whole year you got to look at. In this case, I think Don't Tell Sophia deserves the nod. Barely. She was consistent throughout the year, and she had 3 head-to-head competitions with Close Hatches. She finished ahead of her 2 times, including the Spinster, which she won, and she ran a good second to Untappable in the Breeders' Cup Distaff. So consistency should be rewarded here. Don't Tell Sophia.
All right, moving on to the older male category. Palace Malice, Main Sequence, Wise Dan. This one's a tough one because the older dirt male category was so bad this year. I mean, Palace Malice, he was great when he was running, but he only won 1 Grade 1 race.
Another imperfect division. If there's not a good dirt horse, sometimes you look at the turf horse and see, but they have their own division. So for me, it is Palace Malice, despite the fact that his year ended early. The Met Mile, where he beat Golden Sense, and those earlier races that he won this past winter and spring were terrific races. And the good news is I think he's going to be back next year.
All right, let's continue. Female sprinter, Judy the Beauty, seems like a consensus choice. But the male sprinter category, I was offended that Palace wasn't even a finalist of the top 3 because he won 2 Grade 1 sprints and another graded stakes sprint, whereas Golden Sense won 1 sprint all year long. A mile is not a sprint.
Well, he won the Breeders' Cup Mile. That's shorter than the Classic.
It's not a sprint.
It's around 210, right? Yeah, I think the voters kind of messed up there. Although you didn't mention the horse that I think should get it, and that's Work All Week, the Breeders' Cup Sprint winner. It was his only Grade 1 start of the year. Maybe his owners didn't know how good a horse this really was.
But he did lose a state-bred race against a horse named Sweet Luca. Maybe Sweet Luca should have been a finalist.
Nobody's perfect, Scott. What can I tell you? To me, the horse is bred in Illinois. I was bred in Illinois. The tie goes to the homie as far as I'm concerned.
I'm sticking with Palace, who won't be winning the award. All right, we will continue debating the categories tomorrow. Thanks for joining us on the Eclipse Debate Show presented by Bullet Train.